but we're gonna try to get as many options as we can find out there. It's just a tough situation. Definitely. Any more questions on that? The other thing I'd like to address just a little bit, Diane, you know, and touch upon what Tom was talking about here earlier. Notice a little bit of a trend with the major projects, whereas a lot of the contractors that are entering into these contracts with us, when there's big dollar amounts, it appears a lot of them aren't necessarily looking at the plans and spec book, or they're looking at plans and they'll go to a quantity sheet and a plan set, and they'll throw out numbers based on quantities, and a lot of times they won't go into the spec book, which is a really thick book, and a lot of times there's things in those spec books that they're not paying attention to because they're being so eager and just kind of focusing on quantities that they don't look at application, or they don't look at timelines or different things. Timeline to me would be one of the biggest things, but observed it with the Aquatic Center, observed it with the Highway 65 project, most of the major projects we've had, and quite honestly, we did well even with Highway 65 project. I think change orders were roughly right around 0.5%. That's unheard of. It's usually 10 or 15% change orders on projects of that magnitude. But it creates a lot of heartache for staff, or and for city staff as well, not just myself, but it's time and energy. But just seems to be a trend for some odd reason. Can't really explain why or what, but in the last 20 years that I've been around public works stuff, it just odd. I don't know. It's not a good thing. So. But anyway, does anybody have any other questions, concerns, or anything I need to look into, or anything of that nature? All right, thank you.
Yep. City Manager Ramadan.
Thank you. Just want to remind the public that there'll be no second council meeting in December. The regular session will fall on Tuesday the 25th, Christmas Day. So the next regular council meeting will be Thursday, January 10th at 6 p.m. There is, however, a budget workshop on January 7th at 5. I just want to tell everybody Merry Christmas, and I'd answer any questions if anybody has any questions on anything.
Thanks, Rob. Council reports, Val Logback.
None at this time.
Okay. Jim Davies.
2 items. One, not really council related, but the Windsor's got the digital installed. I just wanted to thank everyone that gave donations as well as help with the installation. And then last Monday, I did not win the $10,000 raffle, but the chamber did sell all 350 of the tickets, and I believe they were allocating the last 50 tickets and that money towards the digital community sign. So I think they are applying $5,000 then towards that. So I'm thinking that the sign is almost all paid for. So I think that's good news, because I think they were obviously considering coming to the city and asking for some help. So I just want to congratulate the chamber on selling all those tickets and reaching their goal. That's all I have. Thanks.
Thanks, Jim. Diane Brock.
I attended the Messiah performance at Faith Baptist Church on Sunday. It was very good, and it was very well attended. A lot of public there. Secondly, I want to congratulate the city staff. Sounds like you're doing a good job with the auditors. Thirdly, I would encourage everyone to shop local for the Christmas season.
Craig?
I think the mayor had the same thing as Jim. I'd like to congratulate Chamber Main Street with their fundraising. I think this is the first year they've ever sold out completely. So that's
even over 300. I don't
think that very few times it's over 3, but to sell 350, that's terrific. Last of all, I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody, and hope you all have a safe and happy holiday and enjoy your families. So good luck to all of us. That's all I have.
Thanks, Craig. Dick Lukenmeyer.
I would echo the same thing. Shop local and have a happy holidays.
Okay. Got a few things here that I want to mention. I was at the Quarterly Coffee here a couple weeks ago, and FCDA Director Karen Mitchell had mentioned that there was potentially some more good news coming for industrial parks. She couldn't talk more in detail about it, as she so often cannot, but hopefully in the near future we'll find out more about that. They've done a good job over the past year, and they've got that tempering facility coming in the next year. I know they're doing work out there, getting that ready to go, so some good news there. I want to encourage, mention or hit on what Doug talked about with the burning at the compost site, and encourage him to continue to look for those options. I know he and Ron have been continuing to look at options to limit burning out there. We did receive complaints of that the last time there was a burn out there. I actually visited the resident's house at the time, and my mom has, respiratory problems herself, and I can tell you she would have been struggling if she would have been along with me that night. So it is a serious issue we need to take a harder look at, and would encourage council to consider any options that would limit burning out there as well. And lastly, I want to mention that I was notified by the League of Cities this past week that they have selected me to be on their legislative policy committee to help frame what issues they're going to lobby for in the 2014 legislative session. So I'll be doing that next year. So looking forward to that. So, and that's all I have. If there's nothing else or no further public comment, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move we adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of adjourn?
Aye.
6:40.